Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Watertown Civic Arena, home of tonight's Class A SoDak 16 volleyball matchup between the Clark-Willow Lake Cyclones and the Aberdeen Rocncalli Lady Cavaliers. You're watching Aero TV, the best high school sports broadcast brought to you entirely by Watertown high school students and community members. I'm Cam Corey, and I'm joined by Jacqueline Carley this evening.
Hello.
So Jacqueline Carley is the head coach of Great Plains Lutheran High School. She is, you've played both of these teams. Your squad has played both of these teams during.
We haven't played Aberdeen Rocncalli, but
you haven't played.
Yep, but we played Clark twice. We played them regular season, and then we played them in the second round of playoffs.
So you're very familiar with Clark, and maybe not so familiar with Aberdeen Rocncalli, but have you played Aberdeen Rocncalli in the past? I mean, not just this year, but in
no,
past years?
No, we don't play them at all.
Oh, you don't?
Nope.
Interesting. Okay, well, we get our first opportunity to see Aberdeen Rocncalli here this evening. This is the SoDak 16, where one of these teams punches their ticket to the 2025 State A volleyball tournament at the Monument in Rapid City. The SoDak 16 always delivers. One match, winner advances, the loser, they're done. And how do you, as a coach, Jacqueline, how do you prepare for these matches when, we know this is one match before the state tournament, but they've played elimination matches coming up. How do you prepare for those types of matches?
Well, and this is something, you practice at your whole season, including your preseason, so dating back to August. That's what these girls are working for. The countless hours that they spend in the gym, working with each other, and the team culture, the team bonding that they're building. That's what's going to drive one of these teams to a victory tonight and let them enjoy a state tournament. I don't believe Clark has made it to a state tournament, at least recently, and I'm not sure about Aberdeen Rocncalli.
I think the last time Clark was at the state tournament was in maybe like 2007, possibly, okay. I think is, and then the last time they were at a SoDak 16 was with Coach McGraw in 2020. I know that that was the last time they've gotten to here, and maybe Clark-Willow Lake has never been to a state tournament. I think Clark has.
Okay.
But I don't know that Clark-Willow Lake, since their co-op has. And Aberdeen Rocncalli, I believe they have, potentially.
They played, I think, Dakota Valley maybe 1 or 2 years ago in the SoDak 16, and they fell to them. And I don't know how they did last year. I don't believe they made it to a SoDak 16 last year. So they're region 1A, and we're 2A, similar with Clark. So
okay.
We play a lot of the same competition, but we just never see them.
So Clark-Willow Lake, or Clark, when it was just Clark, they finished state runner-up back in 2001 and third in 2000. Roncalli, on the other hand, they have won a state championship in 2002 and last made the state tournament in 2018. So both of these teams, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
If they can make it to the state tournament, neither of the teams been there recently.
Yep. It's a great achievement for both teams.
How do you, I think, as we look at this match, Aberdeen Rocncalli doesn't have really anything to lose. Clark-Willow Lake is coming into tonight with a 23, I believe, and 1 record.
Yep, their lone loss was to Hamlin.
Or 24-1, yeah, their lone loss to Hamlin. So they're probably the heavy favorite in this match. Well, how do you work with a team that's heavily favored in here? Aberdeen Rocncalli, they can come out and, be aggressive, but yeah. Clark-Willow Lake, on the other hand, how do you address those nerves?
Yeah, you go to your strengths, and this is where you really look for your leadership, and hopefully from your upperclassmen and whoever your team captains are, they're going to set the atmosphere on the court for the whole team. So they got a great fan base, a great coach base, so I think that'll also help them.
We are seeing that tonight in this SoDak 16 match. Clark-Willow Lake has traveled well. They are, the lower level is pretty much full, and both teams, it must be like fans are in Hawaiian night. Did they get together and say, hey, who could do the best Hawaiian?
Good thing it's not snowing tonight.
We're going to turn it over to the public address announcer, Mark Bellum, for the SoDak 16 introductions.
A strong commitment to excellence, fair play, and sportsmanship are all vital to this game's success. The Activities Association and their corporate partners, Sanford Health, Dakota Bank, Farmers Union Insurance, Billion Automotive, and South Dakota Army National Guard appreciate your recognition of the values being taught at this event. Before we begin tonight's match, we would like to ask all military veterans to please stand and be recognized. Wave your hands, please, veterans. Wave your hands and let's see who you are. Thank you. Veterans Day is a time to pause and remember the courage, sacrifice, and dedication of those who have defended our freedom, both here at home and around the world. To all veterans in attendance today, and to those who could not be with us, we offer our deepest gratitude. Please join us in a round of applause for all veterans and active duty service members. Thank you for their service. At this time, we ask you to remain standing, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. Veterans and active duty personnel not in uniform may salute the flag. First, let's meet the reserves for both of our teams tonight. First, for the Roncalli Cavaliers. Olivia Hicks, Danica Zacher, Jillian Elwine, Eleanor Kessler, Ella Fikert, Carson Davis, Kensington Mashia, Reese Herron, and Claire Johnson. And the reserves for the Clark-Willow Lake Cyclones. Asenath Snyman, Peyton Lee, Peyton Volkinski, Brianna Aarons, Maddie Brendan, Calla Larson, Brady Huber, and Cameron Nesha. And now your starting lineups first for the Aberdeen Rocncalli Lake Cavaliers. And number 14 is the freshman middle blocker, Gracie Cogley. Number 4 is the sophomore center, Eliana Roach. Number 6 is the senior left, Riley Rohan. Number 5 is the sophomore middle, Gabby Thomas. Number 8 is a junior right, Ava Danielson. Number 10, a senior back, Morgan Helms. Number Number 3 is a freshman middle hitter, Shelby Beckman. Number 11, a senior setter, Zoe Nichols. Number 15, a sophomore outside hitter, Eliza Larson. And number 16, a sophomore middle, Ella Sass. The libero, number 8, a junior, Katie Frankfurt. Assistant coaches, Beth Severson, Ricky Anderson, Kiera Wilkinski, and Betty McGraw. Your officials for tonight's match are Brian Reese and Terry Duffy. Line judges Scott Wagner and Wendy Krause. These officials are registered with the South Dakota High School Activities Association and have dedicated themselves to learning the rules of the game.
And there you have it. The stage is set. The Aberdeen Rocncalli Cavaliers and the Clark-Willow Lake Cyclones. Clark-Willow Lake really has been dominant all season. Head coach Betty McGraw's team is led by senior setter Zoe Nichols. She is the quarterback and the emotional leader for this Cyclone team. She sets the tone for the Cyclones, but they've got a tall front row in Sass. She's got to be close to 6 foot. She wears number 15 or 16, I believe, for the Cyclones. And then you have out of the middle Shelby Begeman, an all-conference player that has just been dominant all season. And we'll see her tonight, Coach, but she's a basketball player, so she's really good off of one leg.
She is. She's got a great swing, great hops. So her vertical, her head is over the net.
Yeah, that's a luxury for any team. So the Cyclones, they have that balance, ball control, patience. Tonight, let's see if they can calm their nerves. You know, we talked about it in pregame that the Cavaliers, they don't have anything to lose. They're not favored here. They can play aggressive and play free. And we'll see how on the other side the Cyclones are able to balance that. First serve is up. Outside attack, you can see that was picked up by the Cyclones, tip over by Larson. And kill out of the middle is Shelby Begeman.
That's a kill.
Kelsey Hover, the junior, she is at the service line. Thomas with her first kill on the night with the tip. And as you see, that's a kind of an intelligent move right there. You've got the tall blocker in front of you. She's all the way up. And if you can do that, you know, tip, that Heine tip, right, behind her, your back row is going to have to pick that up tonight.
Exactly. And Clark does only solo block their middles. They will double block their pins. So that's a nice advantage, too.
Zoe Nichols, the setter for Clark. Jump floats that over. Overpass, Begeman's there, and it is dug up. Nice dig by Carson Davis for the Cavaliers. Davis swings, it is dug out in the back row by Frankfurt. Swing on the outside, it is rejected by the Cavaliers. Great rally here, Coach. Both these teams trying to feel each other out.
Get the nerves out. You can see they're playing a little bit more hesitant with some rolls and some tips, but hopefully the swings will start coming.
Nichols goes to the middle. Good dig in the back row by the defensive. Oh, and then she lets it drop right behind her. That is Morgan Helms, the defensive specialist. Well, vocal leader for the Cavaliers. Had a great dig off of Begeman. And then just a seeing eye corner shot for the Cyclones. Begeman tried to tip that into that 2 zone on the court, just missed it and went wide.
And you'll see that Clark does like to run the majority of their offense coming out of their middles. So Roncalli really needs to try to get them a little bit more out of system if they want to have some good shots at some points here.
And just right on cue, that's exactly what happened. Went to the middle. We're going to see a touch call. Immediately, you could see Eliza Larson looking up at the up ref saying, hey, where's the touch? And touch call was given. That'll send Begeman to the service line. Cyclones up 4-2 in set number 1. Point to the Cavaliers. Cavaliers just a gritty, scrappy team playing some really good defense. Heavy arm out of the outside. Eliza Larson on the board with a kill. Peyton Lee will sub in and play a defensive specialist, and she does have a service error. Point to the Cavaliers. Again, both teams still feeling each other out, but we've had some really good rallies already in the early going of this SoDak 16 match. Good pass by Frankfurt, and as you talk about, they go to the middle. Right there is Ella Sass in all conference. She is powerful out of that middle position. She puts that down for a kill. Zoe Helken, one of the captains for the Cyclones. And she's gonna get on the board with an ace. Cyclones now up 7-4. Zoe Helken, a senior. Really, this Clark-Willow Lake team is a young team. They only have 2 seniors.
The majority of their offense are juniors and sophomores. And just glancing here at Aberdeen Rocncalli, they got 3-4 seniors as well. But otherwise, they're a pretty young team with the majority being sophomores.
Jillian Elwine with the big kill out of the outside position. She's gonna take that kill and go back to the service line. Point to Clark-Willow Lake.
That's exactly what Roncalli needs to do, is force them out of system. They didn't have a whole lot of options there.
And that's what it takes in being aggressive from that serve receive. If they can keep Cyclones out of going to their middle offense, that's going to be very beneficial for the Cavaliers, I think, here tonight. And Sass and Begeman, just 2 really good players out of that middle position. Both all-conference players, I believe. And number 2, which is Kelsey Hofer, she was called into the net too. Hofer does play an outside position, or a pin position for the Cyclones. Just as you're talking about, putting them out of system, and they just got lucky there. As
the joust flew out.
Yeah.
Tough call.
Height is also on Clark-Willow Lake's side in this match as well. Aberdeen, not real tall.
No, 5'8", 5'9" for their front row.
You see a good right side attack for the Cavaliers. This match is now a 1-point game, 9-8 Cyclones.
Cavaliers are doing a great job of utilizing all of their hitters front row. So they're not just feeding their middles or their pins.
Kensington Basham, a freshman outside hitter. Nichols back to serve again, so they are through one full rotation. Nichols with the jump serve.
Nice deep push.
Just a little bit too far. Thomas had the right idea, just floated on her. Nichols will remain at that service line. Zoe Nichols, a senior. And she's gonna serve that one long. Point to Aberdeen Rocncalli. That will take Riley Voller. She is an all-conference player for Aberdeen Rocncalli. She's one of the outside hitters, one of the offensive threats for Aberdeen. Good pass up, tight set, but the Clark-Willow Lake player of, I think that was Larson, wasn't that? Or was that Seth? Yeah, point to Clark-Willow Lake. And Begeman plays all the way around from that middle position. You don't see that a whole lot. Good play there, using the block to their advantage. Point to Roncalli.
Yeah, she's got a nice jump serve.
Well, she is being subbed out, so she doesn't play back row after her serve. Miss hit by Jillian Elwine. And we'll see Peyton Lee come back into the match. She'll play the back row for Eliza Larson. Frankfurt gives a free ball. That's all she could do. Goes to a middle attack and blocked by the Cyclones. Big block by Sass. So the Cyclones looking to get their middles just going, which that's really been the focus of their offense, just as you mentioned coming into tonight.
Yeah, they don't utilize their opposites very much, and they'll use their outside hitters mainly when they're out of system, but they love their middles.
And I could see why.
Exactly.
They're really good middles.
And they're young. I mean, a freshman and a sophomore, so they have many years of volleyball to continue and improve their skill. So they're going to be fun to watch. Calla
Larson with the kill there. She's able to put it right into the campfire and gets the kill. Zoe Helkinen back in for the Cyclones. Cambry Fiekert, the libero for, and we see, I'm going to call it a double, but I thought it was more of a lift. But either or, point to Aberdeen Rocncalli. Cambry Fiekert, the libero, she is really—
She's doing a great job back there.
She is really reliable. She moves really well.
Yep, she tracks that ball. And
as we talk about liberos, now the Cyclone libero of Katie Frankfurt. Riley Voller sails on her out the back row. So you're seeing Aberdeen, they really go to the outsides.
Yeah, they don't utilize their middles a whole lot. Passes, I mean, for the most part, have been kind of central court too, which does take a little bit out of your middle option. But their setter's in the front row right now too.
Good swing by Cogley. Cogley's hit is dug up by the Cyclones.
Great slide attack there by Begeman.
Voller does get the kill out of that outside position off of the block. That will send the libero of Cambry Fiekert back to serve. Little top spin, not a lot, but little. Begeman
Nice
swings
up.
picked up by Fiekert. Begeman with the block. Getting over to that outside, setting up well. Putting it back into the court for a point. We'll see another sophomore of Eliza Larson in for the Cyclones. Begeman, just a sophomore.
So Clark's got their setter in the front row too. She doesn't dump a whole lot, but if it's tight, there we go.
There you saw it, right on cue,
Yeah.
and she gets a point.
She will see the court a little bit and take care of that. So.
Oh. You can tell you're a varsity coach. You read that just perfect. You know exactly what's happening before the play happens. We are live. We are live at the SoDak 16 at the Watertown Civic Arena. We'll be back in just a moment. Timeout for Aberdeen Rocncalli. They take a little bit longer in their huddle to talk about it. Clark-Willow Lake, they just have a short visit and then back out onto the court as we see Kelsey Hofer back at the service line. They've opened up this first set. They're up 20-13.
You can tell they're feeling it now.
Yeah, I think the jitters are gone.
Exactly.
Now it's just time to play volleyball.
Cruise control for them. Hopefully Roncalli will stay aggressive. Nice dig.
Yeah, Fiekert with a great dig off of a hard hit from the Cyclones. They're going to go to the middle. And Begeman right over the block and down. So she does a nice job seeing the court as well, just putting it where nobody is.
Yeah, she really takes those cross courts just past the 10-foot line. She's got a nice little counter tip too, and she is off the net or needs a little off speed.
A slide, and she misses that one, and that hits the tape. That'll be 4 point to the Cavaliers. You see Kensington Basham, a freshman.
Serving number 13, Kensington Basham.
Frank Firth. Ooh, tight set. And point to Aberdeen. 21-15 and set number 1. Basham remains at the service line.
Quite a few missed serves tonight. I know they're probably trying to be a little bit more aggressive and place them a little bit more.
Clark has got 2 missed serves, I believe, and Roncalli with 3 missed serves. So
Not terrible, but it just seems like they come at the most inopportune times.
I think you're right. Ooh, she hit that one a little bit too far. She was given a free ball, but a little bit too far. Zoe Nichols back to serve.
Be nice to see Aberdeen at least get a little bit of momentum at the end of this set and draw them into the second set.
Outside attack and just misses that one. Voller hits that into the net. That'll keep Nichols back at the service line. This is for set number 1, the set point, 24-15. Nichols serves it over. Davis tips. Miscommunication location on the side of the Cyclones. Big swing out of the middle of Gabby Thomas. She just hits it wide left. Point to the Cyclones. Clark-Willow Lake Cyclones take set number 1, 25 to, and switch the score up on me. What was that? I didn't see it, but they do win set number 1.
Maybe.
We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back for set number 2. The Cyclones do take set number 1, 25 to 15. Oh. And welcome back to the Watertown Civic Arena, joined by Coach Jacqueline Carley, the head coach of Great Plains Lutheran for set number 1. I am Cam Corey. We're going to be joined here in just a moment by a couple of Great Plains Lutheran players who have played against Clark-Willow Lake. So we look forward to that as well. Well, Jacqueline, Coach, thanks for joining us here for set number 1. Really appreciate that. A lot of fun and great insight as we see that slide attack of Shelby Begeman for the kill to start off set number 1.
All right.
Outside attack, and we see that drops for a kill by Gabby Thomas. Aberdeen Rocncalli goes back to serve. 1-1 in set number 2. Danica Zacher into the game in that DS position, serving. Nichols goes to the right side, and that is an error hit out by Larson. And we are joined in the Aero TV booth by Lauren Hansen. Hi, Lauren. How are you this evening?
Good. How are you?
Good. So Lauren is a player at Great Plains Lutheran and has had an opportunity to play against Clark-Willow Lake, and actually is twice, this past year, twice, that's right. And really, you might have had one of or two of these players as a teammate in your club team?
Yes, it's so fun watching her play now. It was a great experience to play with her at EABC.
As we saw a quick timeout the down ref, Brian Reese, had one of the Clark-Willow Lake players remove something from their ankle. Not exactly sure what it was. As we see Begeman goes back to serve. Pass and out of the middle. She goes after it and just misses it, does Ella Sass. So, Lauren, your season ended to Clark-Willow Lake. They beat you in this
Yes.
what, last game, right? So if you would have won that, you'd have been here tonight.
I know, it's crazy thinking about that. Watching them warm up, I was like, that could have been us. But it was a fun game, and it was a great season to go out on.
Ace for Aberdeen Rocncalli. Yeah, you guys had a good season and Great Plains Lutheran is just getting better every year, and
Sure.
you guys are fun to watch. And so, as a player, how do you, you know, we know that Clark-Willow Lake has 2 middles, and that's where they go to their offense. How do you prepare to play against a couple of great middles like these two of Sass and Begeman?
You know, the practices right before those games, we focused on blocking crazy. That was what we did, and I think we showed up and we tried our best against them for sure, but they're good hitters and they have good cuts and they're quick. And yeah.
They are quick, and and some of that is set up by Zoe Nichols, your former teammate.
Exactly.
And your former teammate, number 11, playing for club, is Zoe Nichols, the setter for Clark-Willow Lake. And we were just talking about, you know, if the pass isn't there and if Nichols isn't able to, you know, put that into that middle, that really doesn't allow your middles to do anything.
Exactly. What we noticed when we played them, they all of a sudden started doing shoots to the outside, and we were not expecting that. We were focused on the middles, and they really picked up their game with their outsides too. And they're just a really well-rounded team. I mean, I gotta hand it to them.
24-1 this year. Their only loss coming late in the season to another good Hamlin team that I believe last I looked, they were tied up.
Did you see Groton's in the 5th set right now?
I did not see that.
Yeah, it's got to be a good one.
Point to Aberdeen Rocncalli, and we see the energy for Roncalli now has taken a step up, and they're up 6-3 in set number 2. I am joined in the booth by Lauren Hansen, a right side player for Great Plains Lutheran. You played mostly right this year, right?
No, middle this year.
You did play
yes.
middle. Okay, so
yes.
a middle hitter for Great Plains Lutheran. We're happy to have her here. She is a competitor of these two teams and missed this game by 1 match.
Yes,
I keep bringing it up.
I know. Well, bittersweet a little bit, but it's great. It's fun to watch them, and great game so far.
Well, we're going to take 30 seconds and take a break. This is a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. For Aberdeen Rocncalli. You could feel the energy for Roncalli it's taken a couple of steps up, and right now the Clark-Willow Lake Cyclones just need to be patient and relax and not feed into some of that emotion of the Roncalli team. So tell us about that, Lauren. When you're playing, does the emotion, if you don't have a lot of emotion, does that hinder your team? And if your crowd has a lot of emotion, does that help your team?
Absolutely. You know, if you ever watch me play, I jump around like crazy, and that's something that we all really had to focus on throughout the year, whether we were doing good or bad, and especially our parents, when they would get into it, you knew how much better we were going to do. Our last few games, fully energy by the parents, which is great.
And we're seeing the energy right now by the parents of both clubs, of Clark and Aberdeen in this match, as we have Zoe Helken back to serve. She is one of the captains for Clark, and she serves that one into the net.
I find it funny that both their student sections have the same theme.
Yeah, how does that happen?
Did they not plan that? I don't know.
I wonder. I noticed that too, that who's trying to do Hawaiian better?
Right?
I don't know. Right now, I think I'd have to give it to Aberdeen Rocncalli.
For sure. Less people, but they were more fun.
Nichols tracks that one down, tries to go to a corner on the two-hand push. Roncalli goes to the outside, and big kill by Jillian Elwine. Jillian Elwine, just a sophomore. So another good young player for Elwine. It's kind of interesting, you know, normally when you call a game, you have one side with one color and the other with a different color, but both these teams wearing green here in the Watertown Civic Arena. Sass with a big swing. It's dug up in the back row. And we see another big outside cross kill by Elwine.
Aberdeen's not that tall. They don't even have anyone 6 foot, but they can put the ball down. They find the right spots.
Yeah, and we're seeing that with Elwine. And right now, you know, the blocker's not getting over, and they're hitting that seam and getting that kill, which is, you know, the blockers for Clark-Willow Lake are really good, but Aberdeen has found what works right now. And rejecting that middle is certainly helping. Goes to an outside attack, big swing. It is dug up. Good dig in the back row by Gabby Thomas. Frank Firth gives a free ball. Let's see what Roncalli does. They go to the outside, tight set. Right now, both teams just gritty. 2 tight sets in a row, but Grace Cogley is able to take care of that. Tips that one down for the kill. Good volley by both teams, and right now, Aberdeen Rocncalli up by 5. They are just playing with emotion. Nothing to lose in this match right now.
Their parents over there are getting quite excited. I can tell that's feeding into it.
Nichols over to Hofer. Hofer picked up. Feekert with a good dig and a good follow by the Roncalli team too of Thomas. Or was that Roach actually? I can't, it might have been Roach. And they just unable to get that back over. They'll send Frank Firth to the service line, and she serves it long for a point to the Cavaliers. Begeman back in the front row. You know, it looked like, I thought when Begeman hit that the Roncalli player had 2 touches, but they must say that. I
totally thought so too.
They must have said one was on a block and then came down, but either way, point did go to Clark-Willow Lake, but I was actually waiting for a whistle.
Must be a hard one to call, I can never tell.
Swing on the right side and long for Cogley. Grace Cogley, a freshman for Aberdeen Rocncalli. You know, I hate to say it for Great Plains Lutheran, but both these teams are young.
They are. It's rough. We're kind of old too. We had 8 seniors.
You guys,
which is so fun, but it's hard for thinking about next year and stuff. Especially Shelby, number 3. So young.
Yeah, sophomore.
So much potential.
Yeah, she's a fun one to watch. She goes on that slide, just how she comes off of 1 foot. She's up in the air. Arm swing rotation is good and just fun to watch.
Oh!
And she goes after that one and puts that down for a kill. So the overpass, and Shelby Begeman is there to take care of that one. Don't look now, but the Cyclones only down by 1. Hofer with the serve. Good Good vision there by Riley Voller, an all-conference player and the top scorer, or one of the top scorers for Aberdeen Rocncalli, and she puts that right into that 4 zone. You see Fiekert back there. She just puts her head up after that serve. She knew it right away that she didn't get the toss just correct and into the net for that service error. Nichols goes back to serve for the Cyclones. Fiekert with a nice out-of-system pass set. Roach. Ava Danielson, rather, was in that back left, and she made a good decision. She was looking like she was going to go up for it, and then it did. She made the decision not to go after it, and it sails wide left.
Good save.
What good play by Cambry Fiekert, the libero. She has just been fun to watch. She follows the ball, tracks it well, gave her team an opportunity right there to get it back over. Shelby Begman back to serve. Roach feeds the middle, and big kill out of the middle for Gabby Thomas. Some good offense there for the Cavaliers. Gabby Thomas, another, just a sophomore.
I was just gonna say, she's got a lot for her.
And that's a double, but they are not gonna call that.
A good line.
Elwine with the kill. So Jillian Elwine having a good game. She's got 5 kills on the night. Only 1 error for Jillian Elwine. Elwine's going to take another swing. It is off the hands, tracked down by Hofer. She does. Frankfurt gets that over, so good defensive play by the Cyclones. And they come back, and Roncalli comes right back and tips it down into the floor. Good tip there by, who was that? Was that Roach, I believe, put that down to the floor? Roach, an all-conference player. It was. Kill for Ella Sass. Ella Sass is what I talk about, power, just a heavy arm, strong player. She's an all-conference player in their conference, which is the Northeast Conference. Peyton Lee, she serves that one long. Point to Roncalli. Gabby Thomas back to serve. Carson Davis is going to get the kill, another sophomore for Roncalli, and point to the Cavaliers because the Cyclones were in the net. We could see it right there. You can see it on the replay on the Aero TV net cam. No mistake, good call by the officials. Lauren Hansen alongside Cam Corey here tonight in set number 2. We're live for SoDak 16 volleyball. Cavaliers up 18-13. Gabby Thomas with the serve. They saying that hit? I'm not sure about
really
that.
Thought that looked
I
out.
thought that was out. I was going to call that for. Let's see what happens here. Off the block. That sure looks like it was out on that replay, but point does go to the Cyclones. And you know, a lot of times they say the ball never lies, so point right back to Aberdeen Rocncalli.
Aberdeen has really got the momentum here.
Carson Davis back to serve, 5'9" sophomore. Wow, big swing, just crushes it, does Ella Sass. That middle offense for the Cyclones is so impressive. Sass and Begeman. Frankfurt misses the serve. Cavaliers up 20. They are now in the red zone. 5 points to pushing this into set number 3. Begeman with the swing, drops that down right in front of Cambry Feeker. See a double substitution here. Larson in for the Cyclones. And Morgan Helms, a captain for Roncalli, in. Good track by Frankfurt. That, I'm just used to seeing those called as a double, the AA level. They don't get away with that too often. Begeman with the swing, boom, goes the dynamite for Shelby Begeman.
She knows the right time to bring it.
Right now, Roncalli is going to have to read that, set up that block, slow Begeman down. Begeman with the block, she's right there. Point to the Cyclones. They are within 2. Really, this entire set, the Cavaliers have been up. The closest Cyclones have been is 1. We'll see if they can get the Cavaliers late here. Roach with the set, goes to the right side. Good dig by Frankfurt. Another two-hand push that.
Oh, boy. Again.
Point to Begeman. And the Cyclones timeout. Aberdeen Rocncalli, and you can see that Coach McGraw is excited and happy with how the Cyclones are fighting back in set number 2. And right now you feel all that energy. Just a crazy game is volleyball. Energy just goes back and forth.
But now it's with Clark. I wonder if they'll be able to pull this one off.
So in your matches, what do you do when, because you've had these opportunities where you're up and the other team starts coming back, Coach Carly says timeout and goes and talks about it. You as a leader of your team, are you talking to your teammates? What are you doing?
Usually we let Jacqueline talk. She always knows the right thing to say. But sometimes we just really take a step back and realize we're just playing a game. We're just hitting a ball back and forth, and helps us to realize it's not as big of a pressure as it sometimes feels. But.
You know, I think what you said, Lauren, is just so, I think it hits the high point and the value of high school athletics. I mean, you guys had 8 seniors out. The culture of your team is just fantastic, and the energy. I see you guys smiling
all the time
when you're playing. It's just a fun team to watch, and really a lot of value knowing that, you know, not everybody's going to go play in college, right? And,
exactly.
But these are memories and the competition, and so.
We weren't always perfect, but we always try to, you know, keep it centered and realize just how fun it is.
20-20 in set number 2. This is the first tie in this set. Going to go to the outside, big swing. Rejected by Roncalli. Roach is going to go to the outside. Heavy arm. Great dig in the back by Helkin. We see
miscommunication in the back row.
Yeah, you saw them go line, but the defenders for Aberdeen Rocncalli will just let that happen.
Barely. It's a good hit.
Hofer. The Cyclones up by 1. We go to a middle and right off of the block of Begeman. Big kill for Grace Cogley.
Just a freshman, man. She's been showing up tonight.
Yeah, she is hitting the ball well. She's seeing it well. Frankfurt with an out-of-system set. Roach is going to go with the left-handed dump. It's picked up by the Cyclones. Frankfurt read that one, saw it coming, and it was not going down. Sailed out the back for a hitting error. Now that sends the setter for the Cyclones to the back row, meaning there are 3 hitters in the front row. But it doesn't matter. Nichols gets the ace. Timeout by Aberdeen Rocncalli. So, Lauren, you've got your volleyball season's over. You know, what's the future for you?
Well, I'm really trying to take it all in, the senior things, all the fun things. I'm looking at colleges and planning on being an occupational therapist. So finding
good for you.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So yeah, supporting my friends and the other sports, and I mean, I'm excited to watch these rounds in the state and all sorts of things.
So will you be going to the monument out there to watch any state? Are you thinking about it?
Maybe. There's also the SDSU volleyball plays that weekend, the Summit League tournament, which will be fun to watch.
Yes.
Been big fans of them for a long time.
Well, you're going to have to, in the break here, tell me what the difference is between a physical therapist and an occupational therapist.
I sure will.
As we see Roach goes and gets that one outside set. It is picked up by the Cyclones.
Good save.
Gabby Thomas went on the attack, and she didn't see that Roach was there waiting on the block cover, went after it, and hard to falter. She was being aggressive and playing the defense after she swung there.
That's it.
Eliza Larson comes back, and they come from way down, as many as 5 or 6 down to take set number 2, 25-21. The Cyclones up now 2 sets to nothing. They are 1 set away of going to the state tournament for the first time in the co-op's history of Clark-Willow Lake. So let's see what happens in set number 3. All right, we're in between sets here, Lauren. Tell me, what's the difference between a physical therapist and an occupational therapist?
You know, both are centered on taking care of the patient and making sure they're back to rehabilitation and doing well, but occupational therapy is more focused on the daily living things and like getting dressed or brushing your teeth and things like that, more practical things. So both really have always interested me, but I've always loved the way the mind works. So thinking about how your fine motor skills come together, it's just always been fun.
So maybe that's a little bit different, the psychological part.
Yeah, it's a lot more in the mind and how, like, I'm really interested in like stroke patients, you know?
Okay.
It's like figuring out how to do your life after something big like that happens and doing regular things. So
you brought along another teammate.
I did here.
And who'd you bring along with you?
We have Miss Bella Dunsmore.
Bella Dunsmore.
Is she going to join us?
Is good.
Oh, she's not going to join us. Bella's our setter. She's a great lady.
Bella,
I don't know. Maybe she'll just say hi.
Bella has a lot of energy.
She does.
Yes.
She knows how to bring it for us. Oh, she was just saying hi.
So Bella Dunsmore came to this game with you, and you could talk a little bit. She's another fellow senior, one of those
senior.
8,
yes.
right, for Great Plains Lutheran. And since she's not going to come on the mic, do you know what her future plans are?
Her future plans include going to Southeast Tech for construction management. She's big into like realty and you know, construction, things like that. So she's excited about that, I think. But she's a great friend of mine.
Yeah, that's excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, I also brought Abby Jenstead and Catherine Tomzak here.
Oh, are they over there too?
Yeah, so we got lots of GPL seniors over here with us.
Well, Abby made it back for the last, you know, quarter part of the game, right?
Yes.
She was out for, what, an ACL and MCL and really tore up her knee, and then ended up having a second surgery, right?
It's amazing to see how she could come back from that mentally, too. It was
after 9 months, I think it was.
Yes, it was just barely 9 months, and she worked hard and was able to come back, and it was, you could tell how important that was for our team. We needed her momentum.
Well, I'm really glad that she was able to come back and play a little bit of her senior year. She missed her junior year.
No, she played volleyball, but she missed basketball.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was nice to be able to have her. She brought the energy on the bench for us, but it was so nice to have her on the court.
We are in set number 3. The Cyclones lead 2 sets to nothing.
Good slide. Ooh.
And she hits that long. Does Begeman. Begeman has 8 kills on the evening. She only has 2 hitting errors. Does have 3 blocks and 1 dig on the evening. Zoe Nichols with 20 assists, just starting the 3rd set, so averaging 10 assists, and there she's going to get a kill.
Beautiful spot.
Yeah, she saw the court really well there. Gets a kill. That is her 2nd kill on the evening.
Playing with Zoe during lead, I always noticed how she always knew what open spots were. She was really good at that, and as a setter, that's such a valuable thing to know.
And just, as you know, I mean, just a great young lady, positive.
She's so kind, yes.
Kind.
I'll root for her always, even though it stinks we lost to him. I'm definitely rooting for her.
Well, you have got a kind soul yourself, Lauren, so you are a fantastic young lady.
Thank you.
As we see Aberdeen Rocncalli now going to fight to try and get to set number 4. Wow. And they do start off with a great block by Thomas. Gabby Thomas, another sophomore. And that is really her strength from, you know, seeing some tape and different things of her block and transition. Just a strong player. Nichols goes to Begeman. And a rare miss by Cambry Feekert. Cambry Feekert, strong back row player, just a junior as well, and unable to handle that attack of Begeman. Roach to the middle. It is dug up by Begeman. Feekert takes the second ball. Gonna give it out to the right side where Carson Davis is waiting, and Carson Davis puts that away. So have you selected a college yet, or are you still looking?
Still looking. Actually, this weekend I'm going to visit Creighton.
Okay.
Just got accepted there, and I'm also looking at Drake and UND. So I got some options around.
Yeah, maybe a Blue Jay.
Yeah, maybe a Bulldog.
Yeah, and where Drake is in Des Moines, right?
Yes. Yeah. And then UND's the Fighting Hawks. So they all got pretty great doctorate programs for OT. So it's good to look around.
Roach goes to the outside. 2-hand push. It is picked up by Sass. Sass is going to get it back and put it down to the floor. And you see the energy now for the bench of the Cyclones. They can feel it. They know what's next, and that is a trip to the monument out in Rapid City. It would be the Clark-Willow Lake's first co-op trip to the state tournament, as we see Sass with a block.
She has got the energy right now, too. Really bringing it for her team. The middles on both sides of the net, though, have been doing great at those quick blocks today.
Yeah, both teams, I agree. And this Roncalli team, they're a good team as well. I mean, but a Clark-Willow Lake team, just so much more height,
Yes.
and their offense is, I think, just maybe a little bit more powerful than that of Aberdeen. Ava Danielson, a senior, in for the Cavaliers. Danielson tracks that one down. Free ball over to the Cyclones. Nichols is going to go to the middle and just overshot her, but the athleticism
Found
there
a good
of
spot.
Sass. Sass actually a right-handed hitter. It went past her right hand. Sass had to go up and with her left hand and put that down into zone at number 4.
That's a hard spot to do with your left hand. She's just a very good athlete.
Cyclones now hitting on all cylinders, it appears. Helkin back to serve. Helkin has 7 digs on the night and 2 aces. She came in and got a big ace in the last set to help the Cyclones win set number 2.
How's Grace's volleyball team been?
Yeah, so you're talking about Drake. Obviously, my daughter Grace is down in that area.
Yes.
Her postseason match is tonight. They're actually playing right now in their first postseason, so I'm not sure how.
They're up 2-1.
Up
Your
to
wife
1,
says.
so
Yes.
good.
Exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting. So I know that route to Des Moines very well if
Yeah.
you do go to Drake.
That's one of the things I like about it. There's so many things to do there, and it's a good town.
Sass, again, just puts it out of the reach of Fiekert. That will send Katie Frankfurth back to serve. She's a junior. Good hard serve. Roach goes to the right side. Picked up by Cogley. Oh, is Shelby Begeman. Not a lot you can do. If you're not going to slow that ball down, your back row has to be ready and stationary if they even are going to have a chance of getting that.
Kind of a scramble play, so that was a good spot for her.
Ace for the Cyclones and Frankfurt. Cyclones up 10-6.
Clark is feeling it.
Big swing, and I'm not sure if that was a block or not, but they are going to count that as a block and not 4. Timeout by Aberdeen Rocncalli. We'll take it as well. We'll be back in just a moment. We are back after this timeout. Frankfurt remains at the service line. Good timeout by Roncalli. Sends that long. You know, as Coach McGraw is coaching her team up there. One of the things that she talks about, and you know, the success of her team this year, right now at 24-1, is that this team is zero drama. They get along, they support each other, and when that happens,
that's how you win games.
Yeah, and so kudos to her. I mean, much like we were talking with your team and Coach Carly, is she set up a culture for her team, and a no drama culture, and you can see the success that they're having. Last year, I think they were something like 18-9.
We beat them last year. I remember.
Did you?
It was
Okay.
They were a good team, but
Yeah.
you can tell their bench energy too. They all want to support each other, and that's such an important thing in order to win those games.
Yeah, and that's fun to see, and fun to cheer for any team that's you know, supportive of one another. And
Exactly. And it's impressive to see how many young girls have stepped up for this team.
point to the Cyclones as Hofer remains at the service line. Kelsey Hofer, junior. Roach goes to the outside. Good pickup by Hofer. Frankfurt maybe a little bit out of control there. You could see
came
that
out of nowhere.
Yeah, Helken was there. She was ready for that dig, and Frankfurt kind of just dove right in. And
she's fast.
She is
tracks
fast.
balls. And
Danica Zacher back to serve. Kill for the Cyclones. We'll see Calla Larson come into the game for Helken. Calla will play the front row. Zoe Nichols with 27 assists now on this match. You know, we talked about numbers, and if you look at the numbers, Clark-Willow Lake averages 24.2 points per set. Well, that's nearly perfect. That means they're winning just about every set.
yeah, and they always know when to show up at the very end too. It seems like they can pull off those close sets.
And we saw that in set number 2.
Exactly. When we played them the first time, we really got them the first set. We were winning, and then they seemed to just turn it around and bring the energy more than we had it. And that's what they do. They just bring it the end of the sets.
Riley Voller back to serve. She's got 3 kills and 7 digs on the evening. Voller, one of the all-conference players for Aberdeen Rocncalli. She gets an ace. 15-10, Cyclones up. Another one for Begeman. It's like she's got a clean net. She is over the net. She is on top of the ball, and that ball is coming with some momentum. There's a lot of velocity on the...
yeah, I want to analyze that. That's a good one to do it.
Davis with the kill. Carson Davis, she's a good player too.
She's got some power behind her swing.
Yeah, we have seen her show up well here this evening. Elwine's gonna get another opportunity. Tries to tip that over Frankfurt. Frankfurt, good defense, able to pick that up. Roach is gonna go to the right side where Davis is at. Dug up by Nichols.
Hi. Ooh. Good save.
Good defense by Calla Larson. Back row attack. Dug up by Hofer. And there's a big kill and some excitement by Grace Cogley. Grace Cogley now with 3 kills.
Clark gets the point though. over the net or in the net.
Did they call
Yeah.
Cogley in the net or someone else?
I think it was Cogley.
Oh, man.
They could have used that.
Yeah, and you saw the energy and the excitement of the team.
I was confused to see Clark-Willow Lake so excited, but those are big points.
Sass hits that one into the net. That'll send Davis back to serve. Davis has 7 kills tonight, so she's having a really nice game. And add an ace to her stat line. Carson Davis, just a sophomore. Good defense by Aberdeen. Line judge says that is out. Point to Aberdeen Rocncalli. I couldn't tell from
sure
up here.
That was in
Did
from
you?
here, yeah.
I couldn't tell.
This line judge over here said it was in, but it doesn't count, I guess.
And that one is long. 18-14, set number 3. Sends Zoe Helkin back to serve. Sass paints the back line. That is down and in. Sass has 8 kills on the evening, only 1 hitting error. There she gets it.
Overpass.
Grace Cogley gets that one, and no net call on that attack.
That one had to feel good.
I like her energy after she hits it. She is fun to watch. Oh, you could puts right on the line.
Just barely.
Scott Wagner's right there, says it's in. Aberdeen Rocncalli players in the court, they don't really agree with that, but Scott Wagner right there. Frankfurt to serve. Frankfurt has 15 digs in this match. We're going to see Cogley get another kill.
Her energy again after that was impressive.
Cogley with 4 kills on the evening. As a team, Aberdeen Rocncalli with 23 kills. Well, we have to come up with the Dakota Land Federal Credit Union Player of the Game, Lauren. So start thinking about your player of the game.
Oh.
Pressure's on.
Yeah.
Kelsey Hofer will go back to serve as we see Eliza Larson coming in to play the front row for Peyton Lee. Coach goes to the middle. Set over. Great defense by Voller. Shelby Lee right off of the outstretched hands of Gabby Thomas and down for a kill, 22-16.
Oh.
Right into the back corner. I thought maybe it was going to go out as well. Frankfurt, you know, she's right on that back line. She obviously thought it was in, went after it.
Tough spot to be in when you aren't quite sure where it's going to drop.
Danica Zacher, a sophomore. Her at 5 foot. Shelby Lee off of the blockers. Shelby Lee, excuse me. Peyton Lee. And then there's Shelby Begeman. Have I been saying that all night?
No, I think you've been good about Begeman.
All right.
You're good.
Okay, all right.
A lot to keep track of here.
Zoe Nichols back to serve.
Right to the floor.
There is Shelby Begeman with the kill. 24-17, 1 point away from their first ever berth to the state tournament. State A volleyball state tournament.
Oh.
Carson Davis says, not yet. I still have some playing to do. Carson Davis.
Such an emotional point for Roncalli, knowing that you're almost done.
Absolutely. Davis has 8 kills. You can see the Clark student section. They are...
I think they'll travel well to
I think they will
Rapid
too.
City.
Begeman sends the Clark-Willow Lake Cyclones to the state tournament. Congratulations to the Clark-Willow Lake Cyclones. We got to give a lot of credit to Aberdeen
They played
Roncalli
really
as well.
They did a great job.
And a great season.
Absolutely. A
Well,
lot of young girls did great.
We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for the Dakota Land Federal Credit Union DFS Insurance post-game show. All right, congratulations to the Clark-Willow Lake Cyclones. They will be given their SoDak 16 winning plaque and awards. And there you see. So, Lauren, we've got the choice. We get to pick a couple of Dakota Land Federal Credit Union player of the game, and I gave a hint. We said couple, or I said couple. All right,
we can do what we want and give a few.
There you go. Then we can.
Might as
Maybe
well.
the whole team.
Yeah, right. It was a great show by all of them.
All right, so who's your pick tonight for
My pick has
Dakota
gotta
Land
be
Federal Credit Union player of the game?
Number 3, Shelby. She had a great game, great season. Such a young player with so much potential, and she had 19 kills tonight, 3 blocks. And we also have a second one too with Ella Sass, number 16. Both the middles tonight had great games.
So we're gonna go with Ella Sass with 9 kills, 3 blocks, and Shelby Begeman has 19 kills, 3 blocks. And you know, you see Aberdeen Rocncalli out here, and they're still cheering on the Clark-Willow Lake. So always tough to do that, but you, after losing, knowing that your season's over. But hey, Aberdeen Rocncalli, let's talk about their seniors really quick and give them a shout out. Ava Danielson is a senior setter for Aberdeen Rocncalli. Riley Voller, an all-conference player and a senior for Roncalli, another senior, and Morgan Helms, a senior captain, a DS for Roncalli. Reese Henrik, another senior for Roncalli. So, you know, congratulations to those 4 seniors, and you know, sticking with it, playing a great season, having great careers.
Their whole team didn't give up at all tonight. It's a good quality. They worked hard to the end of it.
So they Betty McGraw taking the Clark-Willow Lake Cyclones to the state tournament for the first time in their co-op's history for volleyball. Well, Lauren, there we have it. We've got a SoDak 16 match in the books.
Absolutely.
And Clark-Willow Lake
Sending them off to
takes
state.
the win.
It was a great game. Good one to watch.
Was a good one to watch, and it was great having you in the booth with us here this evening
fun.
too.
Thank you.
And you just have had a great career, and
Thank you.
You know, you guys are fun to watch at Great Plains Lutheran, and
Yeah, great season.
All right, well, for us, all of us here at Aero TV, I want to give a shout out to all of the Aero TV crew. Tonight on our cameras, we had Ryder Shell, a student at Watertown High School, Bailey Bolton, a student at Watertown High School, Kyle Gall, a legend from Watertown High School. He sits to my left each and every game. He is from the class of 2008. And Kiera Thu, she sits just a little bit further down the line. She is also a student at Watertown High School. Conrad Pitkin is our technical director. He is a student at Watertown High School as well. Jonathan Gilbertson was on graphics tonight. He is a student at the #1 two-year college in the nation, Lake Area Technical College.
Nice plug.
That was a plug. You caught that.
I did.
All right, you caught that. You can't get anything by you, Lauren. And we have, let's see, Ryan Remmers and Austin Thompson, both graduates and alumni of Watertown High School, and really, you know, they're the adults, they're the brains behind there, but they just watched the game here tonight.
"Quote unquote," did nothing, you know,
and
important nonetheless.
Kind of like us, we just got here.
we
get to
sit
talk
and
about volleyball and enjoy the game.
Anytime,
so,
right?
all right, for all of us here at Aero TV, you have seen the Clark-Willow Lake Cyclones earn their first berth in the state tournament. We want to congratulate them, and for Lauren Hansen right here, I'm Cam Corey, and we want to wish you good evening.
Thank you.